Amelia, you must be tired after everything. The paperwork did take longer than expected today. Did something come up when you were filing them? Just the usual bureaucracy. They needed extra documentation I wasn't expecting. But you must be tired too, Sarah. Thank you for all your help. Are you holding up okay? I'm fine. I know these past few months haven't been easy for you. More importantly, how was the paperwork? Has everything gone through? I'm just finished, actually. This really marks the end of everything related to my husband. The funeral, the inheritance paperwork. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. The lawyer mentioned there were quite a few assets to sort through. Yes, though most of it was straightforward. The house was the main concern. Tom's father's estate was quite substantial. Was the paperwork complicated? It was challenging, but manageable. I'm just glad it's over now. When he passed, I wasn't sure what to do, but thanks to Tom and you, we got through it. You know we're always here to help, Amelia. You've both been so supportive through everything. Speaking of support, I have to ask, are you really transferring the house deed to Tom? Yes, I've already completed the paperwork, though since we're living together, nothing really changes. It's just that Tom's name is on the deed now. The house has so many memories. Are you sure about this decision? The timing felt right. Tom's been managing most of the maintenance anyway. I see. Don't worry about it. Look, I never know when I might join my husband. I thought it would be better to handle this early. That's all there is to it. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I just thought since the rights have been transferred, this would be perfect timing. Perfect timing? For what? Well, you've done your part, taking care of the house all these years. What do you mean by that? I don't like beating around the bush, so I'll be direct, Amelia. I want you to move out. What? What are you talking about? Why this suddenly? It's not sudden for me. I've been waiting for this. Waiting for what exactly? Tom and I have been discussing this for a while. Living together indefinitely would be difficult. When Tom's father was alive, you were here to care for him, but what happens when you need care? That would be troublesome. I understand that concern, but why should that mean I have to leave? This is my husband's and my house. I've lived here ever since Tom was born. No, long before that. Since my husband and I decided to start a family, this has been my house for decades. Was your house? Things change, don't they? What are you implying? But Tom's name is on the deed now, isn't it? So this house belongs to us now. You have no right to complain. What? Does Tom know about this? He's the one who suggested transferring the deed in the first place, but I can't believe that he could do such a thing. Like I said, Tom knows. In fact, that's why we manipulated you into transferring the deed. Sarah, you've always been so kind to my husband and me. Why would you do this? Let's be honest, it wasn't entirely out of kindness. I did what I had to do. What do you mean? Oh, it was exhausting, keeping you both happy. You've been deceiving us this entire time? Yes, all this time playing the perfect daughter-in-law. It gets tiring. So, everything was an act? Don't make it sound so awful. Tom and I just inherited the house from his parents. And now we're getting rid of the old bag who's become a burden. We're not doing anything wrong. I need to talk to Tom about this. Go ahead, he'll tell you the same thing. I understand what you're saying. I'll talk to Tom about our future arrangements. Is that acceptable? If you insist on dragging this out. I don't think it'll make a difference, but do whatever you want. I just want you gone as soon as possible. Please take care of it. I never thought you'd show this side of yourself. Well, now you know. The deed is done, so there's no point in pretending anymore.
Mom, you're not home yet? Didn't you finish the paperwork?
I needed some time to think.
Is everything okay? Did something happen at the office?
I'm on my way now, but more importantly, did you hear from Sarah? Is it true that you are agreeing with what she's saying?
Sarah? What did she say to you?
About me moving out of the house.
Oh, about moving out of the house. Yes, that's true. I've been discussing it with Sarah, and I think it would be better for you.
So you're really going along with this?
Going along with what exactly?
Better for me? I'm being kicked out of my own home. How could that be better?
Kicked out? Mom, what are you talking about?
Sarah made it very clear.
Come on, don't put it that way. This was always the plan once I got the deed. By the way, I've already packed your things. Check if I missed anything when you get back.
You're even packing my things without asking?
Well, the contractors need to start soon.
So you're serious about this? Were you and Sarah both just disgusted by us? Was living together a mistake?
Disgusted? What are you talking about? That's not it at all.
Sarah said you both planned this.
Planned what?
Don't be so obvious. That's why you're trying to kick me out, right?
Wait a minute. Something's not adding up here. What exactly did Sarah tell you?
Exactly what you'd expect. That you're both tired of living with me and want me out. Keeping only the house. You feel the same way as Sarah, don't you?
No, that's wrong. Besides, we've already discussed moving out with you before.
What do you mean?
Remember our conversation last month?
About the house repairs?
This house is pretty old, right? It's showing its age. Instead of repairs, I've explained several times that moving would be better.
Come to think of it, we did have that conversation.
Right, and I said once I got the deed, we'd demolish it. I've already talked to the contractors. During that time, you'll need to stay somewhere else.
Oh, so that's what you meant by moving out.
Did you think I was abandoning you?
That's what Sarah implied.
Well, moving out might not be the best way to put it. I haven't told Sarah about the house yet, but since she knew you were leaving, I thought you might have discussed it.
No, I never mentioned it. Sarah apparently planned to take over the house, saying I was just a burden who needs to leave.
She said what?
That you both manipulated me into transferring the deed.
Wait, what? What the hell? Is that what she was thinking?
Well, you did say living together would be difficult. Aren't you on Sarah's side?
Mom, stop right there. I never said anything like that, or even thought about it for a second. Let me be clear about this. The difficulty was about this house, not living together. This place isn't wheelchair accessible or anything, right? As you get older, we'll need a proper setup. Let me be clear, I have no intention of stopping our living together.
Oh, I see. So Sarah just jumped to conclusions.
These weren't conclusions, these were her own plans.
What will you do?
Still, this isn't something I can overlook. Mom, go ahead with the moving preparations. I'll deal with Sarah.
Are you sure?
About confronting Sarah? Absolutely.
Well, this might cause problems between you two.
There's no question about it. Now that I know Sarah's true thoughts, I need to take appropriate action.
I understand. I'll leave that to you then.
Mom, I'm sorry you had to go through this. I can't believe that that's what she was planning this entire time.
It's not your fault.
Yeah. We'll sort this out, Mom. Just trust me.
Tom, your mother just left. Thank you so much.
Thank you for what?
Don't be modest. This worked out perfectly.
What worked out perfectly?
For helping kick out that old hag, as expected of my husband. You must have convinced her. She wouldn't have just listened to me, so that really helped. Now we can live in this house together.
Is that what you think is happening?
Of course, we finally have the house to ourselves.
Together? What are you talking about? You need to leave too. The demolition is starting soon. We can't demolish the house with you living here.
What? Demolition? What are you talking about?
Did you think we were keeping this house?
Of course we're keeping it. Why wouldn't we?
Exactly what I said. We're demolishing the house and selling the land. So this house won't be yours and neither of us will live here.
This isn't funny, Tom.
I'm not joking.
Wait, why demolish it? We finally got rid of that annoying old lady. Why would you do this?
Got rid of? That's my mother you're talking about.
You know what I mean. We don't have to pretend anymore.
I never said this house would be ours. You just assumed that on your own.
That's not the point. You agreed with me, didn't you?
About what exactly?
About getting your mother out.
About kicking my mother out? I was shocked when I heard about that from her. I didn't think you were such a terrible person.
Terrible? I did this for us.
For us or for yourself?
What's so terrible? It's better for us to use the house than having an old person living here. I didn't say anything wrong.
Listen to yourself right now.
I'm being practical.
What do you think my mother is? The fact that you don't think this is wrong shows how wrong you are. This house isn't here for your benefit. Don't misunderstand that.
But why demolish it? That's such a waste. We finally got this house.
Stop saying we got this house.
But the deed...
I told you this house isn't yours. It's despicable to think you can take someone else's property and kick them out to get it.
This doesn't make sense. I can't accept this.
Your acceptance isn't required.
We need to talk about this properly.
You don't need to accept it. I have the rights to this house now. Once I decide to demolish it, you have no say in the matter. Especially since you'll soon be a stranger to me.
Stranger? What do you mean?
Think about it.
You can't mean.
After hearing about this from my mother, I've made my decision. I'm divorcing you. I can't continue being family with someone who can't respect my family.
Divorce? Over this?
Over your true nature.
Wait, hold on. First the sudden demolition and now divorce? This is impossible.
The papers are already being prepared.
You can't be serious.
That's your problem, not mine. The movers should be coming soon for your remaining things. Once they're gone, leave. Goodbye.
You're choosing your mother over me?
I'm choosing decency over deception.
Tom, wait, Tom!
The movers will be there in an hour. Make sure you're ready.
What am I supposed to do about this? About which part? The house demolition or the divorce with Tom? You know exactly what I mean. I'm afraid I don't. Both, obviously. Why should I have to go through this? You seem to think I have some control over this. Of course you do. You turned Tom against me. Well, setting aside the house issue, the divorce is clearly your own doing. There's nothing I can say about that. My own doing? You're the one who told him everything. I only told him what you said to me. This is ridiculous. There is no way Tom would choose an old hag like you over me. You must have said something to him. Your true feelings are showing again. Don't act innocent. You planned this. I've told you I didn't say anything. Besides, I think your premise is wrong. This isn't about Tom choosing me over you. This is about the consequences of your actions. What consequences? I didn't do anything wrong. You don't consider trying to take someone's home wrong? Stop with the lecture. The demolition crew really came and kicked me out. Then Tom shows up with divorce papers. How am I supposed to handle losing both my house and husband at once? Your house? When was it ever your house? The deed was transferred. To Tom, not to you. We're married. What's his is mine. That's the result of your own actions. If you try to take someone else's property, you can't complain when you lose something yourself. I deserve that house after everything I've done. Is this how a mother-in-law should act? I've been a dutiful daughter-in-law, taking care of you diligently, and this is how you repay me? Taking care of us or waiting for your chance? I did everything right. I played my part perfectly. So that's your true feelings. In that case, neither Tom nor I owe you anything. Why not? All my effort was wasted. I deserve something in return for taking care of you. What's wrong with that? You really don't see the problem, do you? The only problem is you. Gratitude is something to be felt, not demanded, and it certainly doesn't give you the right to disrespect others. That's why you're in this situation. You should reconsider your attitude. My attitude? What about yours? Don't act so high and mighty just because you're the mother-in-law. That mansion should have been mine. I'll never forgive you for interfering. You still think I interfered? Obviously. Tom would never treat me like this otherwise. I don't need your forgiveness. Either way, the house will be demolished and you and Tom will divorce. No amount of complaining will change that now. That's right. The house being demolished and the divorce are your fault. So take responsibility and do something about it. You can still fix this. What exactly do you expect me to do? Talk to Tom. Make him change his mind. Were you listening? The cause lies with you, not me. There's nothing I can do. You say that, but you must have poisoned Tom against me. That's why he suddenly brought up divorce. Your actions poisoned him against you. Stop avoiding responsibility. Believe what you want to believe. What you choose to believe is your freedom. It's not my place to say anything. What's with that tone? Are you saying I'm the one who's wrong? I'm glad you're finally becoming self-aware. Learn from this experience and be more careful about your choices in the future. The future doesn't matter. I'm in trouble now. And whose fault is that? Yours! All of this is your fault! Including your current troubles, this should be a lesson. As your former mother-in-law, I pray for your future happiness. Though I don't know how effective prayers from a burdensome old bag might be. Don't mock me! Goodbye, Sarah. I hope you find what you're looking for. Subsequently, Sarah and Tom divorced. Though Sarah opposed it until the end, she finally agreed when Tom showed his willingness to go to court. No compensation was required, but losing both her husband and home at once left Sarah in a difficult financial situation. The divorce proceedings were surprisingly quick. Sarah tried to claim she deserved part of the property value, but since the house was already slated for demolition and the deed transfer happened during marriage, her claims didn't hold up. In the end, she was left with only her personal belongings. Sometimes I wonder if she really thought she could take the house from us. Her plan seemed so short-sighted. Assuming that just because Tom's name was on the deed, she could claim ownership and force me out. Perhaps she never understood that family bonds aren't so easily broken. I hear she's now living with her parents, but having grown accustomed to doing nothing during our time together, she's apparently troubling her parents by refusing to work. If this attitude continues, she might eventually be abandoned by her parents too. But that's something she'll have to realize on her own. As for Tom and me, we sold the land after demolishing the house and used the money to build a new home. We still have some of my husband's inheritance, and Tom has his own career. As long as we live modestly, we should have no problems. I hope Tom finds a new wife before I join my husband, but the wounds from Sarah are still fresh. I'll leave that to Tom's own feelings while I spend my remaining years in peace. Sometimes I think about what Sarah said, about deserving the house for her years of service to the family. She never understood that family isn't about keeping score or expecting rewards. It's about genuine care and respect. Perhaps that was the real lesson in all of this. In the end, we didn't lose a house, we gained clarity. And sometimes that's worth more than any property could ever be. Sage, thank you so much for today. I'm sorry my parents asked about things like your income and all those other personal questions. It must have felt pretty uncomfortable, right?
They did ask some pretty probing questions. I'll admit I was a bit surprised. But don't worry, I was already prepared thanks to what you told me in advance.
I'm so embarrassed. My parents only care about things like money or education. They only focus on those things.
But hey, they approved of our marriage, and that's something to be happy about, right?
I hate to say it, but I feel like they probably only gave their approval because of your job at a well-known company. My parents seemed so pleased, like they think I'm some lucky girl who's landed the jackpot with you.
Well, at least with that approval, you'll be able to get away from living with them, right?
I hope so. I've tried to break away from them before, but somehow they always manage to pull me back in.
This time, I know it's gonna work. I'll be here for you no matter what, and I'm gonna make sure you're never in a situation like that again. I promise. I'll protect you.
But I worry. Once I tell them I won't be sending any money to them after we get married, I'm sure they'll be furious. They'll probably say terrible things to you, and they might even contact your family to complain. It could get really messy.
My parents are pretty capable of handling any issues that come our way, and they've already told me they'll support us. You've given so much of your hard-earned money and so much of your life to your family. It's time for you to have the freedom you deserve. You should never feel guilty about that.
Thank you. Really. I think if I hadn't met you, I would have been used by them for the rest of my life. I was just a tool for earning money to them, while my little sister was always the real child in their eyes. They never made me feel like I mattered as much.
Well, from now on, I'm gonna make you happy and help you feel like you're truly appreciated. I want you to just leave everything to me.
Thank you. I want to do what I can to help you too, and I'll work on becoming stronger so I can support us both.
I think you're already strong enough as you are. I find that about you to be so admirable and attractive. Anyway, we've gotten through introducing me to your family and your parents' questioning. So let's take a moment to just feel relieved about that.
You're right, and next week we'll go looking for a place to live together. There are so many exciting things coming up for us.
Oh, by the way, I already found a few possible places for us to consider.
You've already been looking?
I can't help it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll message you the ones I found so you can take a look.
That sounds great. I'll look through the listings too and see if I can find any good options for us.
Madison, you said you weren't feeling well. Are you okay? Should we cancel the meeting tomorrow?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean by sorry?
I can't see you.
Oh, I understand. Do you need anything? I can bring you something if it'd help.
I don't need anything.
Right. I guess since you're at your parents' house, you're okay.
Sage, I'm really sorry. Please, let's break up.
Wait. What are you talking about?
I can't get married. I found out I'm sick.
Sick? What kind of sickness?
It's advanced cancer. They said stage 4.
No way. This can't be true, right?
It's not a lie.
I want to see you right now.
You can't. Please, don't come.
I can't just stay away like that. I'll come get you, okay? Let's go back to your place.
I'm not going. Please, promise me you won't come.
But I told you I'd marry you no matter what.
You won't be happy if you marry me. Please, respect my wishes. I know what I'm saying sounds harsh, but I'm going through this too, and it's incredibly hard for me. This is my last request. Please, forget about me as soon as you can. Sage, good evening. This is Madison's mother, Beverly.
Beverly, good evening. Actually, I was just about to come over. Madison hasn't been answering her messages, so I thought I'd come check on her in person.
Sage, I'm really sorry for everything that's happened.
No need to apologize. I don't think this is anyone's fault, really. Sometimes things just happen.
But of course it's Madison's fault for getting cancer. She was finally blessed with someone like you, such a respectable fiancé. And yet she's ruined everything with this. That girl has always been so unfortunate. Like back when she was applying for college, she fell ill right at a crucial time. So she didn't make it into the school we were hoping for. She had to settle for some third-rate university in the end.
I don't see how that has anything to do with the current situation.
You're such a kind person, Sage. The truth is, though, we always felt it would be a shame for someone like you to marry Madison.
That's not true. Madison is a wonderful person, and I honestly feel like it's more that she's too good for me.
Oh, you don't have to say that. Anyway, hear me out. How would you feel about marrying Madison's younger sister, Rachel, instead?
What?
I know it might come as a surprise, but this sort of thing used to happen more often in the past. If the elder sister was unable to marry for some reason, the younger sister would step in. It's really not that unusual if you think about it.
But I want to marry Madison!
Rachel is much more accomplished than Madison. I've been teaching her since she was young to be proficient in household skills. And she now works at a prestigious company, one that, I might add, doesn't fall short of yours in any way. Madison is, well, if you compare the two of them, she's not even close to Rachel.
Madison is not inferior to anyone, and certainly not her sister.
Well, that's just your opinion. But realistically, Madison doesn't have much time left, does she? And besides, didn't she already tell you she wanted to break things off?
Yes, but I know that's not what she truly wants. I can tell. I don't believe she really wants to end things between us.
That's a waste of time. We've already accepted that Madison has no future now. There's no point in clinging to her.
Wait, what do you mean by no future and accepted it?
Exactly what I said. We've accepted that she's of no value to us anymore.
Did you actually abandoned her? She just found out she has terminal cancer. How could you possibly turn your back on her now?
We don't need her here anymore. Keeping her around would only inconvenience us. We have no intention of taking care of her, so I think it's in your best interest to let go as well. Don't waste your valuable time on her. Instead, why don't you take the opportunity to go out with her healthy younger sister, Rachel? Madison introduced you to our family. It would be such a waste to lose that connection.
I understand completely. Thank you for being honest with me.
Oh, so you're actually interested then? You know, Rachel has had her eye on you since the day we first met. She told me she thought you'd make the perfect husband, and she's wanted to marry you ever since she saw you. Madison wouldn't hear of it, though. She's so stubborn, blocking her own sister's happiness. Honestly, she's brought this illness upon herself by acting so spitefully, huh?
I think I've heard enough. I'll honor Madison's wishes. I'm ending things between us.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, you're such an understanding person, Sage. It's refreshing to see someone so sensible, and it's no wonder you're so successful. Rachel will be delighted to hear the news. Thank you for being so willing to listen, and I look forward to building a close bond between you and our family through Rachel. Hey, Sage, I received a message from Rachel. Is it true that you didn't show up for your date? Oh, she's been waiting for over an hour now. What are you doing?
I was at the city hall with Madison.
With Madison? And what exactly were you doing at City Hall?
We got married. Madison and I are now officially husband and wife.
What? But you were supposed to marry Rachel, weren't you? What are you doing? You were supposed to break up with Madison, right?
I didn't break up with Madison.
But you said you would. You said you were going to separate from her.
By separate, I meant cutting ties with your family. Don't come near either Madison or me again.
What about Rachel? What does this mean for her?
I don't know. In the first place, Rachel was the one who unilaterally decided on the date. I never agreed to it. It's completely ridiculous that people even think I had any intention of going. I never made any such promise.
Rachel really enjoys meeting with you. She was always looking forward to seeing you. Why are you so obsessed with Madison? Why do you keep choosing Madison over Rachel? You should be with Rachel. She's the one who's always been there for you, and now she's even gotten sick because of you.
Madison is extremely capable. She's one of the kindest people I've ever met.
Capable? Oh, what makes you say that? Look at what she's done so far. She went to a third-rate university, and now she works at a small company that nobody's ever heard of. She can't seem to do anything right when it matters. What's so great about her? What's even appealing about her?
Madison was actually on track to attend the same university you wanted her to go to.
Yeah, but the entrance exam didn't go well at all because she caught a cold. She had a terrible time during the exam.
That was Rachel's fault.
What do you mean it was Rachel's fault? How could she be so responsible for that?
Before the exam, Rachel poured water all over Madison, and when Madison was sleeping, Rachel opened the bedroom window all the way. She locked the door to the balcony to keep Madison from going outside. Because of that, Madison caught a cold just before her exam.
Rachel would never do something like that. That sounds like something Madison would make up just to gain sympathy. She's trying to manipulate you into believing her story.
If you don't believe me, that's fine, but I've heard that Rachel also caused Madison a lot of trouble while she was job hunting.
Why didn't you ever say anything about this before? Why keep it all silent?
Because you all always favored Rachel. I heard that whenever Madison tried to talk about it, you didn't listen to her. Besides, you were putting a lot of pressure on both Madison and Rachel to study. Madison always thought Rachel was also a victim of everything you were doing to her.
We were just doing what any parent would do. We've invested so much money in making sure both of you could attend a good university, but what happened? Madison ended up going to a university for people who couldn't get into a better one. Do you know how devastating that was for me? I was so disappointed.
So all this time you've been exploiting Madison? You took all her salary, all her bonuses after she started working. You've taken everything she earned, haven't you?
I'm only asking for the tuition fees back. That's all.
Are you seriously claiming that Madison hasn't paid enough? You took everything from her. You kept her earnings all these years, didn't you? You were only interested in her paycheck, weren't you?
You have to understand that it's natural for children to support their parents.
Are you serious? You're saying all this, yet you don't care about Madison in the slightest. How can you be so heartless? You don't care about her at all.
She's just a child. I don't care about her at all. I don't think I've received anything close to a proper repayment for raising her. But once she's gone, maybe she'll finally be of some use to me. Maybe I'll even get some of that life insurance money. That'll give her life some meaning, I suppose.
Oh, by the way, I'm changing the beneficiary of Madison's life insurance policy.
What? You can't be serious.
I am serious. I'm now her family, so Madison's family is no longer just you. I have a right to change that beneficiary.
Don't even joke about this. This is unacceptable. I won't allow it.
The one who decides is not you, but Madison herself.
I need to speak to Madison. Please, let me speak to her.
No! Madison says she doesn't want to talk to you, nor does she want to see you.
Sage, is this what you're after? You're after Madison's insurance money, aren't you? You're just using her to get what you want.
Madison is the one who wants to change the beneficiary. And Madison will be undergoing treatment soon. I still haven't given up hope that her cancer can be cured.
But it's terminal cancer. She's not going to survive this.
There's still a very slim chance. Some people do survive, even in situations like hers. It's rare, but it happens.
Please, let me meet Madison. I'll apologize for everything I've done. Please, just let me talk with her.
You abandoned her after finding out she had terminal cancer. And now you want to meet her just so you can convince her to change the beneficiary, don't you?
Actually, after Madison's gone, Rachel's debts came to light. That's why we need money. We can't manage without it.
That has nothing to do with Madison.
She's Rachel's sister. When Madison finds out, she'll definitely help us. She'll pay for everything.
I just asked her, and she said she won't give you anything.
That's impossible. She's always done everything for the family. She would never turn her back on us.
You're the ones who abandoned her first. What right do you have to say anything now? You don't have a say in her life anymore. Madison's life is her own, and you have no right to take it away from her.
I gave birth to Madison. She's my daughter. I have the right to be involved in her life.
You think that gives you the right to ruin her life? You've lost that right. Give it up. Madison and I have no more relations with you.
Please give Madison back. I'll accept your marriage now, and from now on, I'll treat her properly. I'll make sure to care for her the way she deserves.
It's pointless. We don't have time for this anymore. You two are the ones who are worthless. I never want to deal with selfish, ignorant people like you again.
Since the discovery of my cancer, Sage has continuously reached out to me, always checking in and offering his support. However, after being kicked out of my family, I believed there was nothing left for me to do. I found myself wandering alone, revisiting the places Sage and I had once visited together on our dates, trying to make sense of the situation. I thought maybe it would help, maybe seeing these places would bring some sense of comfort, or at least help me understand how my life had come to this point. Then out of nowhere, Sage appeared. It felt like a dream. For a moment I was frozen, unable to move or respond, unsure if my eyes were deceiving me. Was it really him? Had I imagined it? But as he came closer, it became undeniable. Sage was standing right there in front of me. He had taken time off of work to come and look for me. I noticed that he looked a bit worn out, as if he hadn't been sleeping properly. His face drawn with concern, his expression conveyed so much, worry, relief, and tenderness. It was as if he had been looking for me everywhere, tirelessly, and now, at last, had found me. The emotions that surged through me were overwhelming. I had hurt someone who cared for me so deeply, and here he was, looking for me. Even after everything that had happened, I could hardly contain myself. The weight of it all hit me at once, and I began to sob uncontrollably, like a child who had lost their way. My tears flowed freely, and for a moment nothing else mattered. Sage was here, and he cared about me. I felt a mix of guilt and gratitude, and my emotions were all tangled up. When I finally managed to calm down, I found myself in Sage's arms, his comforting embrace offering me the solace I so desperately needed. We stood there for a while, both of us taking in the moment, as though neither of us could believe that we had finally found each other again after everything that had happened. He gently wiped away my tears, and in that quiet, tender moment, we began to talk about the future. Despite the uncertainty that loomed ahead, Sage spoke with such determination. "Let's do this together," he said. "No matter what happens, we will fight. I won't give up on you. I want you to live." His words resonated deep within me. The hope in his voice gave me the strength to keep going. Even though the road ahead seemed impossible, Sage's presence and his resolve were like lifelines. I nodded at his words, my heart filled with both fear and determination. I made a promise to myself and to Sage that I would face whatever came next, no matter how difficult. I had made the decision to live, to keep fighting, not just for myself, but for Sage too. I wasn't going to let him down. Soon after that, Sage and I got married. It was a small, quiet ceremony, just the two of us. But in that moment, it felt like everything had fallen into place. We didn't have much, but we had each other, and that was enough for me. I moved in with him, and we started our life together, with the understanding that the journey ahead would be full of challenges, but also filled with love and support. As for my family, I heard that after I left, they had begun scrambling to pay off Rachel's debts. My income had been a major source of support for them, and with me out of the picture, they were struggling. Now it seems they were relying on Rachel's salary to make ends meet. I can only imagine how difficult it must have been for them to adjust to living without the money they were accustomed to. The idea of lowering their standard of living after years of indulging in whatever they wanted must have been an unimaginable task. They had always lived beyond their means, and now the reality of having to scale back was hitting them hard. I'm sure it wouldn't be easy, and I suspected they would face a lot of financial difficulties in the coming months. Rachel, too, would likely suffer the same fate I had. The tension in our family would weigh heavily on her, just as it had on me. I could only imagine how much she would struggle with the pressure of dealing with both of my parents' expectations and the burden of their debts. I had been in that same position, and I knew how suffocating it could feel. But honestly, it was no longer my problem. I had made my peace with it. Whatever happened to them, however they chose to deal with their struggles, it didn't concern me anymore. I had my own battles to fight now. A few days ago, I underwent my first surgery. It was a major step, but I knew that there was still a long road ahead. The cancer had spread, and now I had to face the next phase of treatment. I had always known that this would be a difficult journey, but it felt even more real now that it was happening. The doctors had warned me that the path to recovery would be long and uncertain, but I was determined to face it head on. The future was unclear, and there were no guarantees. But I knew one thing for sure. I wasn't going to give up, not with Sage by my side. I still had a long way to go before I could consider myself fully healed. The doctors were doing everything they could, but there was no way to predict what the future held. It felt like I was standing on the edge of a precipice, unsure of what would happen next. But despite the uncertainty, I found solace in the fact that Sage was there with me. He was my rock, my anchor in the storm. With him by my side, I knew I could face anything. My family might look at me now and see nothing but a shell of the person I used to be, someone ravaged by illness. They might even feel pity, thinking I was nothing more than a tragic figure, but I didn't feel that way, not anymore. I was alive, I was fighting, and I was happy. Sage had given me a chance to live again, and that was something no one could take away from me. I wasn't sure how much longer I had, but for as long as I could, I would continue to fight. I was determined to make the most of the time I had left, to cherish every moment with Sage, and to hold on to the love and joy that he had brought into my life. I wasn't going to let this illness define me. I wasn't going to let it take away my happiness. I would fight for Sage, for myself, and for the future we still had ahead of us. Recently, I finished my first surgery, and I'm now entering the stage of treating the cancer that has spread. It's still a long road ahead before I can even think of a complete recovery, and honestly, I have no idea what the outcome will be. The doctors have been clear that this type of cancer can be unpredictable, and the journey is likely to be filled with many obstacles. There's always the possibility of setbacks, and I have to stay strong and prepared for whatever happens. But despite the uncertainty, there's something that I know for sure. There is someone beside me who will never leave, who will always be there to support me no matter how hard things get. That person is Sage. Sage has been with me through so much already, and I can't even begin to express just how much his presence means to me. He is without a doubt the most important person in my life. I don't think I would have had the strength to face what's happening without him. When I was at my lowest, thinking about everything that was lost and that there was no way forward, he was there, offering me a hand, reminding me that I wasn't alone in this. He's been my rock, my support, my encouragement, and most importantly, he's given me a reason to keep fighting when I felt like giving up. It's strange, really. I never imagined that my life would take such a drastic turn. When I first found out about the cancer, I thought I was going to lose everything. I thought that all my hopes and dreams were slipping away, and that there was nothing left for me. I had visions of a bleak, lonely future, one filled with hospital rooms, treatments, and constant fear. But Sage changed that. He reminded me that even in the darkest of times, there's always light. Sometimes it's just a matter of having the right person by your side. My parents, on the other hand, don't share my perspective. They've never been the most emotionally supportive, and when I was diagnosed, I think they saw me as someone to be pitied. They might even think I'm miserable now, especially since I'm battling something so difficult. Maybe in their eyes, they think I'm just a burden now, something to be avoided or to be seen with sadness. And I won't lie, their lack of support has hurt me deeply. I always thought that family would be there for you in times like these, but instead, they've distanced themselves from me, almost as if they can't bear to look at me in this state. But despite all that, despite how my parents view me now, I can honestly say that I'm happy. I'm truly, genuinely happy. Happiness may look different than I once imagined, but it's real. The happiness I feel comes from knowing that I have Sage in my life. It comes from his love and his belief in me, and the way he always encourages me to keep going, no matter how hard it gets. I know that my future is uncertain, and I know that the journey will be tough, but I also know that I'm not facing it alone. When I think about what's ahead, I know it won't be easy. There will be days when I feel weak, when the treatment takes a toll on my body and my spirit. There will be moments when I wonder if I can keep going, if it's all worth it. But I know that I'm not the same person I was before. I'm stronger now. Not just because of what I've been through, but because of the support I've received. Sage has given me the strength to face the unknown with courage. One of my biggest fears throughout all of this has been the thought of losing Sage. I know that cancer doesn't just affect the person who's sick, it affects everyone around them. It puts a strain on relationships, on emotions, on everything. But Sage has proven time and time again that he's not going anywhere. He's stuck by me even when it would have been easier to walk away, even when I felt like I was too much to handle, and for that, I am eternally grateful. I can't explain how much it means to me to have him with me, not just physically, but emotionally as well. He listens to me, comforts me, and always reassures me that everything will be okay. I know it's not easy for him either. He's making sacrifices, putting his life on hold, and doing everything he can to help me through this. There are days when I feel like I'm just dragging him down, but he always tells me that he's not going anywhere and that he's not leaving my side no matter what. The road ahead is long and I don't know where it will lead. There's still so much that's uncertain, so much that's beyond my control. But one thing I do know is that I'm not giving up, not while I have Sage by my side. Not while I still have a chance to fight. I will keep going for as long as I can, and I will do everything in my power to beat this. For Sage, for myself, and for the future that I still believe is possible. Even if it's just a small possibility, even if the chances are slim, I'm not going to let go of the hope that things can get better. I won't let cancer define me. I won't let it take away my will to live. And every day, no matter how hard it gets, I will fight. I will fight for the life I still want to live, for the love I still want to give, and for the future that I still hope to have. I will fight because I believe in myself. I believe in Sage. Together, we can face anything.
Hey, are you done with work already?
I am.
What about dinner? Any ideas?
Oh, sorry, Veronica. I've got overtime today after all. I'm gonna have to skip dinner at home again tonight.
Oh, I see. Is work that busy lately? It seems like your overtime has been increasing recently, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's the busy season, so there's really no way around it, you know? By the way, where's Kevin? Has he gone to bed already?
No, he's still up. He's getting sleepy, though. He was trying to stay awake because he wanted to talk to his dad tonight. He was really putting in an effort for it.
Oh, I'm getting home late, so go ahead and put him to bed. No need to keep him waiting up.
Yeah, I'll do that. But this weekend you're off work, right?
Yeah, just a regular weekend off, thankfully. But actually, on Saturday, I've got plans to go golfing with some of the new guys from work. So I'll only be free to spend time at home on Sunday.
What? Golf? But didn't we say we go out on Saturday to pick up a birthday present for Kevin? Don't tell me you forgot about that plan.
Oh, was his birthday next week? Wow, I can't believe he's already going to be in 3rd grade. He's grown up so fast, hasn't he?
Exactly. And now that both you and I are getting busier with work, we had to start sending him to after-school care, remember? And that's why we agreed to get him a kid's smartphone, so he'd have a way to stay in touch with us.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. It totally slipped my mind. But, you know, if it's just to buy a phone, you and Kevin can go without me, right? It's not like I really need to be there for that.
That's not it. You wanted to be there so you could make sure everything was good with the cost and features. Those were the things you said you wanted to check out yourself. And Kevin, too. He's been excited about getting to go out with his dad for the first time in a while. He's really been looking forward to it.
All right. Sorry about that. Let's think this through. How about I take Kevin out on Sunday instead? That way you'll have time to get everything set up for his birthday while we're out.
Jeff, don't just change the subject to make it more convenient for you. This is one of those bad habits of yours.
Just let it go, will ya? Anyway, about Sunday, if you're busy setting up for the birthday, we can hang out outside for a while, right?
Yeah, that works. I'll be busy cooking and decorating the place, so if you could keep him entertained while I get everything ready, that'd be great.
Got it. Are we just sticking with the smartphone for his present, or should I get something extra? If there's anything else you think he might like, I could pick it up.
The smartphone should be enough, really. He's been wanting one, and with the after-school program, it'll be useful too. Just make sure to take him somewhere he wants to go. I think he'll enjoy that more than just getting a lot of stuff.
All right, sounds good. I'll make sure to plan something nice for Sunday. So, will you let me off the hook for Saturday then? It's a rare chance for me to unwind, you know?
All right, I understand. But I'm not that knowledgeable about smartphones myself, so if there's anything I'm unsure about, can I ask for your help?
Of course, just call me if you need anything. Anyway, I'd better get back to my overtime now.
Hey, is this a good time to talk?
Yeah, what's up?
So, I'm out shopping for the smartphone with Kevin right now, and there are so many options. I'm not sure what to pick. Do you have any idea about what kind would be best for him?
Wait, didn't you already decide on getting a kid-friendly one? Can't you just pick something basic? It's just for a child, after all.
I know, but even with the kid-friendly ones, there are a lot of types to choose from. And then, it turns out that some of Kevin's friends have full-featured smartphones too. I get worried though if it has too many functions. It could open up all sorts of things he shouldn't be seeing, you know? So, I'm just a bit conflicted.
You're a grown adult, aren't you? You should be able to make this decision on your own without constantly calling me. I'm out trying to enjoy my day off here. Could you maybe not interrupt me so much?
Hey, you were the one who said I could reach out if I had any questions, remember? But now, why are you acting so differently? You're going back on what you said earlier.
Listen, even if I did say that, I'm not there with you in person. I can't see what's in front of you, so I really can't make any kind of judgment here.
I get that, but could you at least give me some kind of advice? Just something to help guide me?
Well, if Kevin's friends are using their phones to send messages and all that, then maybe you should pick one that can do at least that much so he can keep up with them.
So you're saying we shouldn't get one with too many limitations, but do you think that's really safe? Couldn't he accidentally end up seeing things he shouldn't?
These days, pretty much any model can have restricted access to sites you don't want him to see. Just ask the store clerk if it has GPS tracking and parental controls, and you should be set. Prices for these kinds of phones don't vary that much anyway, so just pick one that has what you're looking for.
All right. I'll ask the salesperson about these features. Thanks for the advice.
Yeah, so are you done asking questions now? I've got people waiting on me, and I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Oh, sorry about that. But you're still planning on coming home tonight, right? Kevin was hoping he could talk with you about tomorrow. If possible, could you try to come back a bit earlier?
Are you serious? I was planning on heading out for drinks after this.
Can't you spend a bit of time with your son for once? Tomorrow is his birthday after all. Please, just this once.
Come on, I'm already taking him out tomorrow, right? Isn't that enough? Don't go overboard with this he needs more stuff.
I'm not going overboard. It's not about that. Just today and tomorrow, could you put Kevin's feelings first? He hardly gets any time to play with you as it is.
All right, fine. I'll think about it, okay? If I feel like it, I'll come back earlier. That should be enough. Later.
Hey, how's it going over there? Is Kevin having a good time?
Yeah, he seems to be having a lot of fun. Oh, and I see you already gave him the smartphone we bought yesterday. He was so excited showing it off to me first thing this morning.
Yeah, well, We did go pick it out together, and he wouldn't hear of waiting to get it until today. Even last night, he kept holding on to it even when it was time to go to bed. He must have been thrilled.
Is that so? It sounds like he's really been looking forward to using it. Though I noticed he doesn't quite seem to know how to use all the features yet. Didn't you show him the basics?
He wouldn't let me. He was so set on having his dad be the one to teach him how to use it. Honestly, he even stayed up late last night waiting for you. But you didn't get back until the middle of the night, and you were, let's just say, pretty tipsy.
Yeah, I apologized for that, didn't I? And besides, I'm out here spending the whole day with him now. Can we maybe lay off the nagging for once?
All right. Fair enough. Anyway, where are you two now? Are you at the park he said he wanted to go to?
We were at the park earlier, but he got bored pretty quickly. We're at the arcade now. You know that big department store near the station? There's a game center inside it.
Oh, that place. I remember he mentioned wanting to go there before. That area's a bit concerning though, isn't it? There are all those hotels just off the side streets nearby. I've been telling him he shouldn't go there alone.
You're right, it's not the most kid-friendly part of town, but since he's with me, there's nothing to worry about. I'm driving, so we're just here for the games and not wandering around.
Yeah, I know. I'm just glad he's enjoying himself with you.
He's definitely having a blast. But enough about that. How's everything going on your end? Are you managing to get everything ready?
Yep, we're all set here. Your mom and dad said they'll be here around early evening, so if you guys get back by then, we'll be ready to start.
I plan to bring them back around 5, so we'll make it. In the meantime, let the old folks keep you company.
Got it. Thanks for spending this time with Kevin. It really means a lot to him. I'll see you guys soon. And until then, just keep having fun. Jeff? Where are you right now? And where's Kevin? I need to know what's going on.
What's up? I'm driving right now, so can we talk later? I'll fill you in once I'm free. The light's turning green, so really, let's discuss it later, all right?
Driving, huh? Interesting, because I'm looking at your car right now, and it's parked outside a hotel. How exactly are you driving right now?
Wait, what? What are you even talking about? You're not making any sense, seriously. Don't just make things up. You're imagining things, Veronica.
Oh, believe me, I'm not making things up, Jeff. You've been sitting there for quite a while, haven't you? It's been close to an hour, right? Or am I wrong?
Ridiculous! You don't know what you're talking about. How would you even know? You're at home, aren't you? So there's no way you could know where I am, so please just drop it.
I know because I've been watching you. I can see exactly where you've been this whole time, actually.
What do you mean, watching? Watching from where? What does that even mean?
Through the GPS. I've had my eye on it the entire time. You haven't moved an inch in the last hour. You've been parked at that hotel for quite some time. So, Jeff, tell me, what are you doing at a hotel at this hour?
GPS? You're using GPS to track me? Are you kidding me right now? This is beyond wrong, Veronica. I don't care if we're married. What you're doing is a complete invasion of my privacy. You're out of line.
Jeff, the GPS isn't on your phone. It's on Kevin's. He must have left it in your car when he came back home.
Wait, Kevin's phone? The one we bought yesterday? Hold on, what do you mean he came back? Kevin's at home with you?
Yes, he's here now. Your mother's looking after him at the moment, but believe me, it was a complete shock when he showed up here crying. He said you told him to wait in the car, but that you didn't come back, so he got tired of waiting and decided to come home on his own. Jeff, do you realize what you've done?
Did he say anything else? Anything at all?
Anything else? What do you mean by that?
I mean, did Kevin mention anything other than waiting in the car? Did he say why he had to wait or mention anything about me or what happened?
Why do you sound so defensive, Jeff? Are you hiding something? Is there something you don't want me to know?
No, nothing like that. I want to know if he said anything. If he didn't mention anything, then it's fine. There's nothing for you to be worried about.
Nothing to be worried about. Are you serious? So you expect me to just brush this off? You mean to say that you left our son alone in the car while you went into a hotel with some woman, and I shouldn't be concerned? I'm his mother, Jeff. I don't have the right to be upset?
It wasn't like that. I wasn't doing anything wrong. She's just someone I know, that's all. Kevin wouldn't say anything weird. He's too young for that kind of talk.
Kevin didn't say a word about who you were with, actually. All he mentioned was that a woman came up to the car and that you told him to wait there while you left together. That was it. But do you understand what that means to me? You left him alone so you could go into a hotel with some random woman. Jeff, I'm asking you again, do you not see how this looks? As both a father and a husband, do you not realize how terrible this is?
Look, Veronica, I swear it wasn't anything like that. You're just misunderstanding the whole thing.
Misunderstanding? You mean it's somehow not what it seems? If there was truly nothing wrong, why did you leave our son waiting in the car? Why'd tell him to stay put? Were you afraid I'd find out? Were you hoping he wouldn't tell me?
It's complicated, all right? Things happened and I don't know how to explain them. You've got to understand, it wasn't anything bad.
No, Jeff, I don't have to understand anything. Here's what's going to happen now. Get out of there and come back here. Your father and I are both waiting for you. If you have some kind of explanation, we'll listen, but you're going to have to face us and explain this mess to all of us.
Wait, you're waiting at home? I'll head back soon, but it might take me a bit to get there.
Oh, really? Why is it going to take time? Are you dropping her off first?
No, it's a bit of a drive back, that's all. There's nothing more going on here, so you really don't need to worry.
Actually, you don't need to worry about coming all the way back here. We're in your car right now, so you don't need to drive home.
Wait, what? You're in my car?
Yes, so come on down and join us. Oh, and by the way, don't try to send her off first or anything. It's too late for that. She already left something behind in the car, a set of house keys. So if she wants them back, she'll have to come down too.
This is insane! You can't just ambush me like this, Veronica!
You think this is insane? I think the person who's really causing the trouble here is you, Jeff. So cut the excuses and come down. If you've got nothing to hide, then why hesitate? If there's nothing going on, you shouldn't have a problem coming out to explain, right?
Fine, I'll come down. But Veronica, please, can we talk about this calmly? I'm telling you, it's not what it looks like.
Oh, don't worry, we'll talk. And you better be prepared for this conversation. I hope you're ready to explain yourself thoroughly, because you're going to answer for this. I want you to realize just how deeply you've hurt me and Kevin by doing this. You took what was supposed to be a special day for our son and destroyed it. After that, Jeff finally came to his senses and walked to the car with his mistress. Naturally, in a situation like this, there was no way he could come up with any excuses that would be accepted. He was met with the intense rage of my father-in-law and me, leading to a confrontation where he ultimately confessed to the affair. Not only had he and his mistress neglected their responsibilities as parents by prioritizing their illicit relationship, but they also ruined what was supposed to be a joyous birthday celebration for our son Kevin. The depth of my father-in-law's fury was truly overwhelming, and I could feel the weight of it pressing down on us all. Of course, I had absolutely no intention of forgiving Jeff. The betrayal was far too great to simply overlook. It was clear to me that I needed to move forward, and thus I made the difficult decision to proceed with a divorce from Jeff. In the wake of this decision, I also resolved to file for compensation from both Jeff and his mistress for the emotional distress and chaos they had caused in my life. The thought of seeking justice was empowering, and I knew that taking this step was crucial for my own healing. After finalizing the divorce, I felt a deep sense of urgency to ensure that this birthday would not become a painful memory for Kevin. I wanted to shield him from any lingering effects of his father's betrayal. Therefore, I arranged for a gathering to celebrate his birthday with my in-laws and my own parents. We all came together to honor Kevin's special day, determined to create an atmosphere of joy and love, in stark contrast to the recent turmoil. While I knew that simply coming together couldn't fully heal Kevin's wounded spirit, it felt far better than doing nothing at all. The love and support surrounding him during the celebration would hopefully provide him with some comfort and joy. As we prepared for the birthday festivities, I found myself experiencing a whirlwind of emotions. The weight of the betrayal still hung heavily on my heart, but I was resolved to put on a brave face for Kevin. His happiness meant everything to me, and I was determined to give him a day filled with joy. As we decorated the house with balloons, streamers, and colorful decorations, I tried to push aside my own feelings of hurt. I wanted this day to be all about Kevin and to help him forget, even if just for a moment, about the chaos that had invaded our lives. On the day of the celebration, my parents arrived first, bringing with them a beautifully decorated cake adorned with colorful icing and candles. The sight of it made Kevin's eyes light up, and for a brief moment, I felt a sense of relief wash over me. Seeing his smile was worth all the effort, and I knew that this was a significant moment for him. The arrival of my in-laws, however, was a bit more complicated. Although we all had the same goal, to ensure that Kevin felt loved and celebrated, there was an unspoken tension in the air. I could see it in my father-in-law's expression. He was still processing his anger towards Jeff, and rightfully so. Yet, we managed to put our differences aside for the sake of the celebration. As we gathered around to sing happy birthday to Kevin, I felt a swell of emotions. I was filled with pride for my son, and immensely grateful for the support of my family, even as I reflected on the painful situation that had unfolded just days before. When Kevin blew out the candles, his face beamed with pure joy, and I couldn't help but feel a rush of happiness. It was a moment I wanted to hold on to, a fleeting glimpse of innocence and happiness that reminded me why we were there. We shared stories, laughter, and even a few tears as we reminisced about happy memories. I wanted to create an environment where Kevin could feel cherished and adored. Despite everything that had happened, it was essential for him to know that he was not alone. He was surrounded by family who cared deeply for him. As the day progressed, I realized how crucial it was for Kevin to have these moments of joy. I wanted to protect him from the shadows of our recent past and ensure that he could build a future filled with happiness and love. After we finished the cake, we played games and enjoyed each other's company, letting the laughter echo through the house. Kevin seemed to forget, even if just for a moment, about the turmoil surrounding his family. I noticed that my father-in-law's demeanor began to soften. I could sense that he was starting to reconcile his anger towards Jeff, at least temporarily. This was a victory in itself. I could see the love he had for his grandson shining through the cracks of his frustration. Later, as I watched Kevin unwrap his gifts, I felt a bittersweet ache in my heart. Each present was a symbol of the love and support that surrounded him, but it also served as a reminder of what was lost, what could have been a normal birthday celebration without the cloud of betrayal hanging over us. In that moment, I made a silent vow to myself. I would not allow the past to define Kevin's future. I was committed to ensuring that he had a bright future filled with happy memories. As the party came to an end, I gathered everyone for a group photo, hoping to capture this moment of happiness amidst the chaos. We all smiled, and in that snapshot, I saw the strength of family bonds overcoming the recent turmoil. I wanted Kevin to look back on this day and see the love that surrounded him, despite the difficulties we were facing. I hoped that as Kevin grew older, he would remember this day not for the pain surrounding his parents' divorce, but for the overwhelming love of his family that enveloped him. It was a small victory, but one I had cherished deeply. I understood that the journey ahead would be challenging, but for Kevin's sake, I was ready to face it all head-on. I wanted to create a legacy of love and resilience for him. In the years to come, I hoped that I could erase the negative memories of his past and replace them with joy and warmth. As I tucked Kevin into bed that night, I promised him that no matter what happened with Jeff, he would always have a loving family around him. Together, we would navigate the challenges and celebrate the victories, always remembering to cherish the moments that truly mattered. And as I turned off the light, I felt a renewed sense of hope. I knew that I had the strength to turn the situation around, not just for me, but for Kevin as well. With every passing birthday, I was determined to create a new chapter in our lives, one filled with happiness and love that would eventually overshadow the darkness we had faced. As I reflected on the day's events, I felt a sense of peace settling in my heart. I knew that it would take time to heal, but I was confident that we would emerge stronger together. In the days that followed, I would continue to focus on building positive memories with Kevin, ensuring that his childhood would be filled with love, laughter, and the knowledge that he was cherished beyond measure. The road ahead might be tough, but with every birthday we celebrated together, I knew we would be crafting a beautiful tapestry of love and resilience that would ultimately triumph over the challenges we had faced.